Okay, people are gonna hate me for this, but the Umbrella Academy. It's so bad. Hi, my name is Aaron Shonhan and I'm from the class of 2023. Okay, so I have eczema, right? Since I was a baby. So I have a lot of scars from that, from like just scratching a neck. But I have this scar on like my neck here. I don't know whether you can see it. But basically when I was 8 years old, I was cycling. And in Singapore there are a lot of like these old ass men that spend all of their money on huge ass kites. And what they use to fly those kites in the air is really, really thick metal cables, right? So you can see where I'm going with this, right? So one day I was 8 years old, I was riding my bike, I didn't see this old man that was like sitting across the pavement and his cable was across the pedestrian walk, right? I rode my bike directly into that cable at full speed, well, full speed that an 8-year-old child can go. And the cable just went around my neck and just gave me like a 2nd-degree burn. So like I have this little like ring around my neck. That's where the cable was. My childhood was really, really like, I would say fucked up-ish. I mean, I was like bullied my entire like childhood by my older brother. So like, and I didn't fight back until I was 15. So honestly, my childhood began when I was 15. And it was fucking great. Because like when I was 15, I was finally liberated from my brother and I was like, oh fuck, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can like curse, I can like close the door without having to worry about anybody beating me up and stuff like that. So I think coming to Yale-NUS like was the first time ever where I was liberated from my home, right? Because like home wasn't really great to begin with. Like everybody in my household calls me by my Catholic name, which essentially has been a person that has been dead for like, I don't know, a decade now, right? So my family, like, it was really just about creating a whole new persona or like kind of like bordering between life and death-ish, because at home I'm dead essentially, right? This person called Sean doesn't exist at home, but to my entire family it does exist. Whereas in the outside world, I'm actually alive, right? Everybody in campus calls me Aaron, like knows me by this person named Aaron, which is my true self-ish. Or at least, not, I wouldn't say true self, but more of like the person that's alive, you know? Like I exist outside of my home. So honestly, it's just about creating or finding that separate identity that is Aaron. And I'm still in that process of doing so, right? Because honestly, the person named Aaron, it only is like a year and a half years like old, and I'm still finding who that person is, right? I've learned that Aaron, by nature, is actually a very, very joyous person. Because up to that point in time, I always was sad or depressed, or I was like not feeling anything at all. But I discovered actually that no matter how often I feel sad or no how often I feel hopeless or whatever, Aaron is actually a very, very cheerful and joyous person, and is not afraid of sharing that joy with the rest of the world. I guess I want to be remembered fondly. I mean, I guess it's a really basic thing to say, but honestly, it's a good thing to go by as somebody that has always brought joy to somebody else's life. I think that's a pretty humble like goal to have as a person if you want to be remembered. But I think that's something that's really important to me. It's just always bringing good out into the world. Even though you harbor so much darkness within yourself, you can still give what you have. And it's always a positive thing that you can give to the rest of the world.